Everybody subscribe to the channel. As you're getting in, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like this video. So the security guard, boom, he works for Makeda's Cookies. So that means everybody that was at Young Dolph's death scene, Young Dolph is the only person that does not work for the Makeda's Cookies. Isn't that interesting? His security guard made sure that nobody else shot back at the shooters. The security guard made sure that the only person that's getting shot is Dolph. That's crazy. So how did they get the drop on him? When Dolph had to call in to get the cookie order, he didn't just call the main phone line. He called the actual owners because he knows them. It's like if you got somebody you really know and they got a restaurant, you can call the owner to let them know that you coming in because you guys are on that level. You're not gonna call the main line and try to explain who you are. So that's the same thing with Dolph. Dolph didn't call the main line and try to explain, hey, I'm young Dolph, I'm gonna pick up these cookies. So the owners was the ones who was notified by Dolph that he was gonna come through. So that means the owner, the dad, and the old lady, they was the ones who knew first. And so who are the witnesses on the inside? So the witness number one is the security guard. And we already know he already works for Makeda's. So if he says anything, he's gonna say Makeda's side of the story. He's just gonna say that somebody from the outside came in shooting and they hit Dolph and that he tried to run outside and defend too. So we're hearing that Dolph and his security partner was standing in the corner of the shop. And what's interesting about that particular area in the shop is that there's actually a side door that leads into the back of the kitchen. And this door it's like a hallway. Once you open the door, it's like a hallway going down into the back of the big kitchen in the back. So somebody could have came out that little side door from the back of the kitchen and they could have off shots at Dolph from inside the store at that door. And the interesting thing about that is that if they came through that door and Dolph seen him with the strap, Dolph gonna end up trying to get away and run out to his bulletproof car. But it's already too late at that point because they got him trapped. They got people at the outside with the straps, and they got people on the inside with the straps. Okay? Don't forget, the security guard didn't do anything really until we seen a picture of him run out and try to fire at the car, but the car was already turning on the street, getting away by that point. So somebody came through that back door that leads to the kitchen. And if you was to walk out that door, it would be exactly where Dolph and the security were standing at. And the person who could have came through that door knows the security guard. And how do they know the security guard? Because the security guard worked for Makeda's. So Dolph, the only person that don't actually work for Makeda's. What working for Makeda's means that you are on their payroll. That means they're paying you to do whatever job they tell you to do. So they could tell the security guard to do this, and that. In all these years, he's Dolph's security guard. And the whole time he working at the cookie shop. And that's just insane. That connection is huge. And he's one of the main witnesses. The only other person that could have seen this is the person at the register, and that's the old lady. She's the only one who said exactly what flavor of cookies Dolph was getting. That means that Dolph had to have called her or she's the one that was working the register. Let that marinate. Then that means the shots came from in the store. So what we got to do is match the timing and also the audio when everything comes out, because then we're going to be able to figure out, if we can't see the person on the inside shooting, we going to hear it. And I don't think that they timed it good enough to where all the shooters started shooting at the same time. I feel like the person on the inside shot first. That's just my opinion. You could make your own mind up about it. You could take all the information and you could make your own decision based off of that. But to me, it's looking like the person who was on the inside that shot was the one who shot first. And he could have possibly missed one of his shots and been the one that shot the window, so that the shooters on the outside were more able to clearly see Dolph on the ground. The windows is already see-through. They're not tinted or anything like that. So they could have already seen Dolph on the ground, and maybe the people from the outside's shot was the one that hit the window. But either way, the window, all the glass is broken at the bottom. Nobody was trying to aim high up. Nobody was trying to sweep the whole scene and clear and get the witnesses too. They was really only after Dolph. They didn't care if there were witnesses left over, because they know at the end of the day, if this is a setup and cover up, that the witnesses are going to be given the same side of the story back in the alleged narrative. So who's the witness? The witness is going to be the security guard, because he was inside with Dolph, and whoever was working the register. They don't have like 5 people up front. They really only get 1 person up front. It's not busy. It's just a cookie shop. So the 1 person that's up at the counter, that's the other witness. Who do you think that might be? They're not going to let the witness come on TV and talk to the news. They're going to make sure that the witness doesn't come out and give interviews. Who already gave interviews? Well, you already know the stripper girl gave the interviews. I think the dad owner might have gave an interview also, but there was one of the interviews where he's hiding behind the camera crew and he's trying to give the stripper girl things to say. But we're forgetting about one person, the old lady owner. Could she have been the one that's working the register? She's the one that said exactly what flavor of cookie Dolph ordered. How does she know? She must have been the person that Dolph called to put the order in, or she worked the register.